educated to get into analytics, but you guys are essentially providing data back to people, right?
Well, we ultimately what we do is we understand who their best customers are, right? We utilize all that Big Brother data that you're always hearing about to determine what are the attributes that their best customers have in common, not just demographic, right? How do they live their lives? How do they spend their money? And then once we know that, we can show them where everybody that looks just like those people but is not a customer, so they're prospective customers, where they live, down to the household level, anywhere in the US, where those types of people work, and where they find high concentrations of those people is a great place to start thinking about putting a new location. So we do forecasting to understand territory development, where should their best locations be, but then we also do use that to do a lot of targeted marketing.
Yeah.
If I know who your best potential customers are down at the household level, I can give you their names and addresses. In many cases, I can give you their device IDs, their IP address, help you talk to them on Facebook, so you can efficiently and effectively market to people to grow market share.
So in other words, you're targeting not just from a growth and a development standpoint, but ultimately you're targeting even the existing locations you have better to customers through more effective marketing channels using that data that you've developed, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest misnomer in any kind of real estate decision is that, and I'm going to bring it to marketing, but in real estate is that real estate is location, location, location. And we feel, and we've been around for 23 years, that that's just false. That great site selection or territory development is customer, customer, customer. You'd have the best building in the world, the best visibility, the best access, but ultimately if you don't have enough of the people that buy your product living and working in close proximity, nothing else matters, right? That's all that matters. So let's utilize that information to find great sites so you can open up home runs, avoid expensive misses. But if I also know that information about your customer, let's use that to let people know, to build awareness, to efficiently and effectively spend your marketing dollars to drive traffic and grow your business. So find great new locations and improve the performance of existing locations.
So I have heard the word data, the word analytics uttered by almost to a T every supplier out here. Everyone understands that data is king now. I think if you are not part of that growing digital side and tapping into where analytics exists, you're really behind the eight ball because your competitors are. You guys are providing, I think, another level of that beyond what most other people are. You're digging into the customer sect of that, where a lot of other people are just looking at kind of number-based data.
Right, I think that's a good point. I also think that we love data. We spend millions of dollars a year in data acquisition that we utilize for our clients, so they don't have to spend all that money to develop those key insights. But the key thing is to understand is that data in and of itself is worthless, right? It's what do you do with the data to make it actionable so that I can go drive customers into my stores, find great new stores. So the last thing any franchisor or franchisee wants is all this data, and then they go, okay, what do I do with this? What is this really telling me? So really what we do is help make that easy. So on an app on your phone, you can, with our new LSMX product, local store marketing product, they can actually turn on for their store and see where their best potential customers are, circle them with their finger on their app, and then say, yeah, I want to go market to just those people through Facebook, digital, search, direct mail if I so choose. Upload my own images right now, right? It's not just saying these are your customers. Well, that's great. What do I do with it? And here's how you go get them, right? There you got a lot of potential customers over here. Well, that's great. What does that mean? Well, you do X amount of volume if you went to this location or open this territory. So you should open that site, as opposed to over here, which looks the same on the surface, but it's not. You'll lose a lot of money if you go there. So it's giving them the tools to be able to get big answers, not big data. That's really important. That's a key distinction, I think.
Finally then, I think obviously there's applications to any business for data and analytics. I think all of this is far more critical when you scale up, and franchising is built on that entire premise. How do you think this type of data analysis and this type of customer-based metric is going to change franchising in the future?
So Orange Theory is one of the hottest names in franchising, right? We started working with Orange Theory when they had about 7 locations, and now they have hundreds, right? And way more in development. They're one of the biggest success stories in franchising. We're very proud in a small way to be associated with them. The point is, some people will say, well, when I'm bigger, maybe I'll invest in this kind of stuff. We're very scalable. Orange Theory, the 8th and the 9th and the 10th locations that they picked were way more important than the 450th, 451st. Now, they still take those very seriously, and they use us to help with that. But it's almost more critical when you're smaller to make the next ones be better.
You're helping to get that ball rolling down the hill at the right speed, right?
I mean, if you're at 6 or 7 and your next 2 are bombs, you might go out of business.
Yeah.
There might not be 100, right? So how do I make my next one's home runs, and then how do I then understand where my next 100 will be, and help develop the great franchise sales solutions and marketing solutions as well. So that's the benefit of analytics when you know what to do with it.